Hey there, welcome to Eve News, Sports, and Weather. I'm Mike Azariah. It's October the 27th, 2025, and let's get down to it. Man, it has been a week and a weekend, and there's a lot to cover. I'm probably going to spill some of this over into next week's episode because I am sure I'm going to forget something. We'll start with sports today. The Alliance tournament took place this past weekend, the finals, and I heard from some of the players going they really wish the finals had been spread over 2 weeks because that was very intense 3 days of combat to get to the end of it. And congratulations to winning team. Not going to say their name this time, not because I resent. I won nicest betting on them, but I thought I'd give you a week to go and take a look at some of the recordings because there are some really good battles. But I myself like to watch combat not knowing how it's going to turn out. So I wouldn't want somebody to spoil for me what's going to happen. I'll do the same for you. I'll give you that courtesy for 1 week, but I will be congratulating them next week. Good battles, some interesting battles tactically. There was one that went the full time limit with not a single ship blowing up, and that may sound really boring, and to a certain extent it was, but then over time they do what's called reverse tie-dye, where they speed up the game and the processing, and they kept speeding it up until it was at like 400%, so everything's happening so much faster. And if you switch targets and get your hits in on time, a ship can die before the others can even realize that they have to do protections for it. Fascinating tactic. I doubt it'll be used often, but it was really good to see once, and I enjoyed that. In addition to the Alliance tournament, CCP has put out an announcement that November 18th, another some big changes are coming. New ships, new mining, as in there's going to be a new ore, and there's going to be new effects to how mining happens, critical hits, which I've heard really mixed response from, which struck me as unusual. The people who mine as actual human beings at the computer while the mining operation is happening, they think this is fantastic. The people who set it and forget it and go off and watch Netflix, less so, because they said this is going to throw off their timing and now they won't know when they have to come back to the computer. Hint, you're not supposed to leave your computer while a ship is in space. Bad idea. Great for the gankers, but not for the miners. So they don't garner a lot of sympathy from me. Of course, they may now not vote for me, which leads to the next thing. The election has started as of today. I will put a link to the voting page. I will not tell you who to vote for. I will also put a link, though. Cashel released her interview with me that came out this past week. So you'll have a chance to see yours truly in an interview talking about Eve and various things. I also taught a course for Eve Uni over the past week on the history of the CSM because right now I think I have I'm the served the most terms of any living player. That's an interesting way to put it. There was another player who has served 6 terms, but they have passed away. The upcoming ships I mentioned a moment ago are adding something to the game which I thought was a really good thing, and that's a new alpha mining ship. Because when we're in rookie help chat and helping people, they say, "What's the best miner?" I've got a venture, and we're pretty much going until you become Omega. That's it. Now there'll be another one, a destroyer coming up. And if you're interested in stats or when changes are coming, what they're going to look like, there's a website called HoboLeaks. HoboLeaks scrapes the data from CCP and does a compare and contrast and then pulls out the changes that are happening and written into the code. So you can go there and usually see what's coming. In previous CSMs, I have begged CCP to occasionally put trolling things in there. A ship that would be totally unbalanced or something that would cause people to rush out and buy tons of megasite thinking it was going to be needed. And then it turns out they made that up. It wasn't announced, and bad on you for trying to peek behind the curtains. Every now and then, you peek behind the curtains, and all there is a boxing glove on a spring. Ba-doing. CCP said no. They put minor trolling in it as Easter eggs, but nothing of the level that I would like to see just to get the people. But like I said, Hobo Links will be linked up as well. I am looking forward to the Alliance tournaments once a year, but there are other tournaments to come, and there's been some fantastic flying, and I'm looking forward to more sports like that coming about. Back to the voting because I've got my notes are all over the place this time, so I'm hopping around in my subject matter. Back to the voting for a moment. Uh, Remember, order matters. So the person you put first is your first choice. If for some reason they don't get enough votes and get eliminated, then your second choice kicks in. If you fill out a ballot to 10, there are really, really low odds that your vote will be wasted. If you only fill in one name, mine, then really good odds if I get eliminated, then your vote counted for nothing. And for some people, they said, I don't care. That's how I want to do it. If you have a bunch of accounts, you can separately write the names down, comma separated values, paste it in, and then just double click the names in the order that you want. It'll isolate those. If you put that into the search bar, double click and it'll pop them in. So you can pre write a ballot, cut and paste it into the search bar, and it will highlight all of the people that you want, and then you can vote for them in order. Large organizations have already put out what they recommend as their ballot. I've seen a few of them. I'm on one or two. I'm not on a few, and that's okay. I'm not part of a large organization. I'm trying to keep this one really short, so I'm not doing the weather this time around, which means I won't be giving you the violence report, but I'll put the link to Dotland if you want to go look it up for yourself. You're welcome to do it. I will do that next time, but it's at 7 minutes already, and I think this is a good place to start. So I've had a lovely day. It's my birthday, and I hope you have a good one too. Bit of coffee lager to end off the day because, hey, you only live once, unless you believe in reincarnation, in which case, I hope you don't come back as a cockroach. Later, Gators.